Today, we are going to be talking about tax, tip, and raise. So, the really awesome thing about tax, tip, and raise is that you kind of already know how to do it because it's proportional based on the total amount. So, step one, set up a proportion. So, when you're looking at whatever the situation is, so over here, let's say we're buying a TV and the TV costs $200. So we're doing a tax example first. The TV costs $200. You're going to pay 7.5% of tax on every dollar that you spend. So when we set up a proportion, we're going to do our is or our part over our of or the whole is equal to a percent. And as you guys know, a percent is a number out of 100. So we're going to set up our proportion first. So in this case, the TV, it costs $200. So we want to know that's our whole price, $200. We want to know what is the tax going to be on that $200 if it's a 7.5% tax rate. So we're going to put our tax over our 100 because we know a percent is a number out of 100. So we don't know what our part is, and our part is our tax. So we're going to set up a proportion, and then we're going to solve it. So you guys know how to do this. You're going to multiply your partners, which are 200 and 7.5, and that gives you 1,500. And then you're going to divide that by the loaner, which is going to leave you with 15. So that means that your tax is $15. So now the next part of our process is, what do you do with that information? Sometimes you'll be asked to find just the tax amount. Sometimes you'll be asked to find the whole amount. So when you have to find out what just the tax amount is, you would just solve. But if they said to you, how much is your total purchase, then you're going to need to add your your tax back to your total amount. So in this case, if I wanted to know how much will the TV cost with tax, you would add your tax amount to your total price. So 200 plus $15 gives you a grand total of $215. If all I wanted to know was the tax amount, that would be $15 because that's the tax amount on 200. So you set up a proportion, solve it, and then add when you need to. So the other types of problems we can do with this are tip and raise. So we'll do a tip problem. Gosh, I keep messing up today. Okay, so our total bill is $18.75. We don't know what our tip amount is because it's going to be a percent of this number. So since it's going to be the part or the percent of, we're going to put it here. We know that our tip is going to be 20%, and we know that a percent is a number out of 100. So now let's go ahead and solve. So we've got 1875 times 20, which is 375, and then we're going to divide that by the loaner, which is $3.75. This right here is the amount of tip. Now, if you wanted to know what your total bill was, you would need to add together the amount of the food and the amount of the tip. So 375 plus 1875 gives us $22.50. So the second part of that question is what you really have to watch out for you. Is it asking you what is the amount of the tip or what is the amount of the total? Okay, so the last type of problem you can do this way is when somebody gets a percent raise. So let's try this one. So first we're going to set up our proportion. We have somebody who makes $30,000 a year and they're going to be getting a 4% raise. So the 30,000 is going to go on the bottom because that's the amount, and we need to find the percent of that amount. So we're going to be solving for that. We know that the percent is 4 and a percent is a number out of 100. So let's solve it. 30,000, make sure you have enough zeros, times 4 gives me 120,000. But then I have to divide that by the loaner, and the loaner's 100. So that is $1,200. So the amount the raise would add on is $1,200. So if I want to know the total amount, I would do the amount that we were making plus the raise, and that would give me $31,200. So again, set up your proportion, the part over the whole, percent over 100, and then look at the question to see, do you need to add? Is it asking you for the total amount? Then you're going to add. If it's just asking you for what's the tip, tax, or raise, that's going to be the amount that you get when you solve. Thanks so much.